Hi, in this video we are going to discuss the requirements of Todo application. These are all the requirements of our Todo. First requirement is user should be able to register with their username and password. The second thing is that register user also log in and access their application. That is very important. Then the next thing is we also authenticate the user is using the JSON web tokens. The next important thing is user can create a one to-do with the description. The to-do is nothing but it's a line of information. He is going to the temple, that is. Each to-do item should have a status, that is the to-do is assigned or started or completed. Next thing is users can view all the to-do items. Then next requirement is user can update the description, that is already we update assigned or started, that is changed to completed or assigned, that is. Then the next thing is user can also delete a specific to-do items. Then it is the most important things in our requirement. User should only have access to their own to-do items. That means unauthorized access to other users data must be restricted. Only users can access our own to-do item. The next important thing is database design. In our Todo applications, we have two main collection, that is user and to-dos. We want to store the database or users and to-do collections. In user collection, we want to store the username and password. There are the field is and the type. First field is ID, the type is object ID, description is it is a unique identifier for the user, that is auto generated by MongoDB. Then the field is username, the type is string, that is the username of the user, and the constraint is record and unique, that means unique. There are two users cannot have the same username, that is very important. Then the password, it is string hashed, that means password cannot be visible, okay, that is the hashed, that is constraint is record. Then created at date, when the user was created, and the default is current date. These are all the collections and the example. Then the next is to-dos collection, that is also the field is ID and the type is object ID, it is the unique identifier of the to-do, and the constraint is auto generated by MongoDB. This is all the things is. Then the description string, type is string, and detailed description of the to-do, what we were going to create for the to-do, that is record. Then the status string, status of the to-do, it is assigned, started or completed. Then the user ID, that means type is object ID, reference to the user ID, constraint is record. This is nothing but in this ID, this user ID, it giving to the to-do collections in that ID. Then created at date, when the to-do was created, and default current date. Then that is the database design is closed. Then we are going to the routes designs. Routes design is nothing but we going to work in backend, that HTTP request to the backend. We want to going to register a user or login user, we want to check, that times router designs we use. First is authentication routes, that is API auth register route, method is post, description register a new user. The most important thing is input and output. The input is nothing but the username and password, and output is the giving you one message, user register successfully. Then the second router is API auth login, method post, login a user, and generated by JWT. JWT nothing but it is a long string. The next is to do routes. We create a new to do for using the API to do method post, create a new to do, but we want to know this to do was created by which user, so we give the token as also a input tag. So we give the token for all the input for all the routes, that gives the which user we want to create this to do. Then next is API to do get, retrieves all to do for the logged in the user, it gives the all to dos for that users. Then we going to the next is API auth to do id method is put. It used to update our to do applications. That means we want to start our to do or assigned or completed, it is used to update our status. Next thing is API auth to do id method is delete. It used to delete our to do in our applications. These are all the very important thing